There you go. I have a bone to pick with people that keep calling games like this streamer bait, okay? Now, I understand the idea that they're streamer bait in the sense that streamers like to play them, for sure, and they do very well on stream. However, I think that it's a derisive term that indicates that it's like a bad game that's funny because it's bad. I disagree with this. I don't mean to be like overly like pseudo-intellectual about this, but I look at games like this, Getting Over It, Alt F4, etc., etc. These, for me, are modern addictinggames.com flash games that you would play in computer class in the 9th grade when your teacher got hired to teach computers in like 1970, and now in 2002 he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, so he's like, just sit at the computer for 72 minutes, figure it out. I see these as being like the modern flash games. I do. And I don't know, I always, gamers are so funny, man. Not individually, as we've proven on this website over the last 10 years, but like en masse. What makes this less of a quote-unquote real game than Baldur's Gate 3 or something like that? I sort of don't get it. I'm not just being like needlessly obfuscating, but I'm like, why is this less of a game than Baldur's Gate? Effort? Yeah, but there's like a lot of horrible games out there that required Herculean effort to make. They were just cooked from the conceptual phase. Bro was like, I'm not going to use Game Maker, I'm going to make my own engine, you know? And then it takes 10 years to come out, and the industry has shifted since then. Like, it happens all the time. We swing. Chibli, you mad genius. Okay, well, we go again. Actually comparing this piece of S to Baldur's Gate 3. That's what's called an ad hominem attack, which actually reveals the weakness of your argument. We go again. That's not an ad hominem. It's it's an ad gamenum. It's an ad gamenum. I guess homonym, or does homonym mean word or something? I don't know Latin, because I was not born in 1988 BC. Watching a librarian video, he's at the same spot. You don't understand. This is my commute. You wake up, you eat breakfast, you get in your car, you drive to work, you come home, you park your car in the same garage from whence you left that day. And then you get the privilege of doing it again tomorrow morning as well. And maybe every morning for the next 40 years or something like that. It is rarer to, in a day or 2 days, to find yourself in a different place from where you were at yesterday. That is the outlier. That was close. That was close. Woohoo. How'd the customer service call go? Thank you for reminding me. You know what I realized is that I don't use the customer service line too much these days. I didn't realize that in the last like 5-10 years, companies did everything they could to not have to talk to their customers. Like you Google like airline helpline, and then instead of getting a phone number that allows you to talk to a real person, they put you in like a walled garden where there's only a database of like FAQs and stuff like that. And if you don't find like your solution in the FAQs, they're like, here, call this number. And then when you call the number, they only give you like X number of possible options. And sometimes the options don't apply. And you're like, can I just hit 0 and talk to a human being? And the answer is no. No, you cannot. But so, long story short, we booked our flights through Expedia. So first I called the airline, and eventually a robot was like, because you booked through a third party, you got to talk to the third party. So I called the third party, put in all of my data, the invoice number, the 4 digits of the credit card that were used to book it, the email address associated with the account. Got to talk to somebody, and then she was like, this was 10, 15 minutes into the call. She was like, oh, because you actually booked through like your bank or something like that, we have to transfer you to like a different department. And then I was like, sure, no problem, until I had to go through the phone menu again and re-enter all of the data again. But then finally, I got to talk to another real human being where I repeated myself. That was just not, that I was going sideways instead of up. And she said, I'm sorry that happened to you. And I said, it's not your fault. It's okay. And she said, okay, I'm looking into this for you. Just a minute. And then she put me on hold. And 3 minutes later, they hung up on me. And then I assumed that it was by accident and they would call me back. And they still have not to this day. So, well, to this morning, I suppose. Rip me. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. All we're trying to get a refund for is, no disrespect to WestJet, but my wife paid for us to pick our seats because it's kind of important for us to sit with our 3-year-old child on the airplane. And then WestJet, on all 4 of our flights, was like, surprise, even though you paid for your seats, we've just shuffled you all around the plane. So we manually had to like talk to people and be like, hey, do you want to sit next to a strange toddler? Or like possibly we could trade seats and you could like sit by yourself and not be harangued for the entirety of the flight? And they were like, yeah, sure, that sounds great, actually. So we're really only trying to get like the $50 back for like each of the flights. Why would they do this? Listen, I'm not suggesting, motherfucker. I'm not suggesting the airline business is easy, but they kept telling us like we had to change your seats because we have a tail swap. And I'm like, you are not speaking English to me. I don't work in the aviation industry. What the fuck is a tail swap? Just tell me you had to change planes. But then also, I'm like, as much as it sounds like maybe entitled, I really don't care about WestJet's problems. Like, seat me next to my daughter, especially because we paid for it. And if we didn't pay for it and I like went to argue at the counter and was like, please sit me next to my daughter, like I would understand that that's a little entitled, even though that's the way like it should probably be in like a perfect world. But like we fucking paid for it. And they're like, sorry, we changed airplanes. Brother, your whole airline only flies 737s. Why does a tail swap matter? It doesn't make any sense. It's not like you took us off a 737 and put us on like a DC-20 or something like that. Like you literally only have the same airplane in your entire fleet. No! Because the 737-800 is very different than a 737-200. That's true. The 737-200s, the wheels stay on during landing. But also, again, like, I'm sorry to say, but like, it's not my problem that your airplane didn't get, I guess it is my problem, unfortunately, but it shouldn't be my problem that you couldn't get the airplane to the gate or something. Did you fly Boeing? Yes. I live in North America. We don't have choices. Okay, climb me up a little bit. Climb me up a little bit. Climb me up a little bit. Woo, not good, not good. Come back, come back. That was just embarrassing. If it's Boeing, I'm not going. Well, I'm just going to be honest with you. You're going to be staying at home then. And if that's like what you're going to do, that's fine. But I've been seeing all these tweets that are like, you won't catch me on a Boeing flight. And I'm like, brother, then you're not going anywhere. The thing that strikes me is your ass probably wasn't going anywhere to begin with. So like, why are you putting on airs that like you're a world traveler and now you're like exclusively selecting Airbus? Airbus is an option. I feel like I've flown on an Airbus like 3 times in my entire life, and it was all flights to Europe. And those planes were fucking sick, man. Those planes were... I remember I flew economy, Lufthansa to Frankfurt. The bathroom in the economy section was down a staircase that then had like 4 lavatories, and there was like a self-serve pretzel snack bar, like a bowl with the wrapped pretzels in it. And I was like, this is the nicest airplane I've ever been on in my entire life. Bro, what? I know. I was like, this is what it could be like. Okay, 1 second. I'm being called. Apparitions. I 100% thought I heard, I should say. My wife opened the sliding door and then say, Ryan, come here, I need you. I went upstairs and said, yeah, what's up? She said, what? I said, didn't you call me? She said, nope. I said, all right. We are haunted. You're gassed? Yeah, I think my blood's like really thick right now or something. I don't really know what happens to you physiologically when you're sick. But my VO2 max is diminished for sure. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We go like this. We go like this. Close, 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 close. You sound and look okay. I know, and I'm grateful for it, but I am like, I feel bad, brother. I do not feel good. You look kind of effed. Yeah, no, I was looking into the mirror. One of my eyes is like really red. But we're chilling. We're swagged up. It's no big deal. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Whoop. It's kind of what happens when you visit Florida. Some truth to that, for sure. Day 1 of the cruise, everyone's chilling. By the time you get to day 5, day 6, I would say about half of the people that are around you are just going like this all the time. And you're like, there it is. That's the sound I missed. I think I don't have a secure handhold. It's like aiming with controller. Nudge. We're nudging. Secure. Secure. Were people masking on the cruise? Who's gonna tell them? No, not a single person was masked on the cruise. There were probably like 2 on the airplane that were masked. And I was like, you know, you got to play to your own level of comfort. But I was like, I don't think you'd catch me doing that. But, you know, more power to you. And then wouldn't you know it, my ass got fucking sick. Of course, I should have. I thought I was bigger than biology. It was like you wouldn't catch my strong ass wearing a mask. I've got a great immune system. 2 days later, I'm out here like looking at myself in the mirror. You don't look so good. Not even close. Not even close. If you drink ice water, it slows down the sickness. My mom told me that. Hang on. Write that one down, guys. Write that one down. I did gargle with salt water. But like salt water is like fucked up because the salt takes itself like down to the bottom of the glass. So at first I just gargled with like 4 mouthfuls of like lukewarm water. And then at the end it was like a hyper concentrated like salt pack at the bottom. I did not like do it dignified too. You didn't stir it? I didn't want to get a spoon dirty. I took the glass and I went like this. Oh, brother. I also used kosher salts. Is that like too dense to properly mix? Is it immiscible? Oh, no. Salt is salt? Yeah, but they're like, the flakes are larger. You need to use pink Himalayan salt? That was embarrassing. We do have some Icelandic volcanic salt that we bought at the Reykjavik airport. Maybe that... Dude, this is the stuff that the Vikings were using to get over their sore throats. Back before they went to the all thing. Dipped in Mamalicious chili oil. You basically just drank warm water and ate salt? Yeah, but it worked for like a couple minutes. Okay. You go like this, you release earlier. The better. She is not pleased. Has he made it past this jump? I've made it past this jump like 6 times, okay? Why is she upset? First off, it's none of your business. Secondly, she doesn't want to go to daycare because grandma and grandpa are here. You're going to be like, why not let her just stay home with grandma and grandpa? First off, we're paying for the daycare. Secondly, my wife's going to a girls' night out tonight, so I need grandma and grandpa to be well rested and fresh. Because they're going to be doing some domestic labor for me later. depending on my level of consciousness after I have some Ricola throat lozenges. Nope, nope, nope. Bad, bad, bad. I thought you guys had no friends. Yeah, we're actually like integrated into the community a little bit now, believe it or not. She is ulting. Sounds like chat watching Balatro. So true. You know what? I've deluded myself into thinking that we have 50-50 division of child labor raising. Because like I pick her up from daycare and Kate drops her off, but the drop off is way worse. The pickup, she's like, "Daddy, I love you." She comes like hopping out to me, gives me a hug. Of course, of course. Well, well, well. This morning, don't come play with me, Daddy. Don't come play with me. I don't like you. I said, you don't like me? Why would you say something like that? It hurts Daddy's feelings. She said, okay, I like you 1 day a week. I said, that's pretty bad, honestly. And then she said, or I said, why did you say you don't like Daddy? And she said, you make me do not nice things. I said, like what? She said, like go to daycare. And I don't like to go to this class. And I was like, you don't have to worry about that. That class is over now. You don't have to go to that class. Then all of a sudden, when it's time to go to daycare, where, Daddy, Daddy, come give me a hug. You play the long game, you always win. Well, well, well. Oppie, did you or did you not say don't play with me this morning? Pardon me. Sorry. Huge, huge. We just needed a refresh. No, I didn't hit her with the well, well, well. It's the problem with being a parent. You don't get to be the one. Well, I guess parents are probably the number one demographic that says I told you so. But like, not with the toddler. You got to just be like, oh my gosh, honey, what's wrong? You don't want to go to like a cool building and do arts and crafts with your friends all day? I understand that. That makes perfect sense. She'll see these clips in 15 years and feel owned. No, she'll probably be like, well, I didn't ask to be born. And like, it's kind of hard to counter that one. Because it's definitely true. It's like, that's kind of like, you can't really compete with that one. She's like, I didn't really have any agency whether or not I came into the world, so it's kind of your responsibility to make sure that I'm okay. And I'm like, fuck. She's right. Son of a bitch. Did you hear about the kid who sued his parents for birthing him and he won? Really? That's crazy. Oh, not good, not good. Kind of based. It seems like a really strange precedent to put into law, but I don't know the specifics of the case. It's a unique case. There's got to be more to it. Oh, it's for troubling reasons. Okay, well, never mind then. You phrased it like it was like a movie starring like Timothy Chalamet or something like that. Like it was a nice little cute sort of quirky cult classic comedy, and instead it's actually like a Best Picture nominee. He's on, oh, Gabe. No. I let go too late. I let go too late. So I do have to say, my parents have been talking to me about movies, okay? They said, have you seen Poor Things? I said, I haven't seen it yet. But I want to. It's on my list. It's on Disney Plus Canada now, too. I just found out last night, seeing an ad on the television. They both loved it. They said 8.5 to 9 out of 10. I said, I've also been trying to see Oppenheimer. I got a scathing criticism on Oppenheimer from my dad. He said 3.5 out of 10. I'm not trying to light him up. I haven't seen the movie myself. I trust him. But I was like, man, it just just won like 11 Oscars. Dude's coming at the king. That's why you got to respect it. Why? He said it was too long. Based. Zoomer. Okay, here. Ready? Well, you know how it is. Like when you see a movie, you decide how much you like it out of 10, and then you basically build reasons around that afterwards. You don't go like, oh, on the one hand, I like this, this, and this. I didn't like this, this, and this. I look at that, and that looks like a 4 to me. You go, that was about a 3.5 out of 10, and then you go, here's my reasons why. It's just vibes. Yeah, exactly. I thought I'd lost confidence, but no. Okay, now focus. Poor Things is a -2. People have very strong opinions about this movie. I feel like there's 0% chance that I won't like it. Because I like every other Yorgos Lanthimos film I've ever seen. And I like Emma Stone, and I like Mark Ruffalo. Willem Dafoe's in it too. I love that for him. I do. I like Willem Dafoe. His best movie, I'd have to say, probably John Wick. But what'd you think of The Lobster? Top 250 movie of all time, without a doubt. Ooh. What's 251? I'd have to say probably Crank 2 High Voltage. How do you feel about 12 Angry Men? Oh, what? You mean a podcast? Oh, man. Help me, help me. This is a pseudo checkpoint. Just relax. That would kill in Limmy's chat. Dude, someone in here, I was talking about Limmy, and they said Limmy is like an entitled, they didn't use this word. Let's PG-13 it. They said he's a pompous, entitled brat. I don't know if that's true, but can I say something? He's entitled to be pompous. He's funnier than you. He's earned it. That's a plus. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. He might not even be pompous to begin with. But if he is, if he's entitled, I'm sure if you're like one of the top 100 funniest people on the planet and you got to read Twitch chat all day, you're probably like, this is killing my brain. I probably wouldn't be in a great mood either. Luckily, I'm not that funny. So when I see stuff in the chat, I'm like, whoa, that's pretty funny. But I like, you know, maybe it's not fair. I like when artists act better than the people that consume their art. I don't care if fucking Yorgos Lanthimos is down to earth. I don't care if he still makes Coca-Cola in the same way for, 97 years. I mean, the bro has like a brain that's one of a kind. He should be weird. He should act above it all to some extent. You're really going to go up and you're going to be... Yorgos Lanthimos walked away from an interview after he was asked whether he'd rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck. Yeah, fucking get out of here, bro. Don't waste your time with that, okay? If you're not going to ask him like a real question befitting of his character, then, you know, get thee to a nunnery, bro. Now me, I gotta think about it. Probably 100 duck-sized horses. But 100 is like, it is a lot, don't get me wrong. LeBron James caught dying the pinwheel. No. Thank God. Draymond Green thumbnail on youtube.jpg. How is he so ass? Horse-sized duck is basically an ostrich. Horse-sized duck is basically a dinosaur. I mean, I don't want to get bitten by a horse-sized duck. I feel like a horse-sized horse, obviously it's going to have a lot of kicking power, but it's not going to bite me, probably. Its mouth is not designed for that. But a beak is a much more efficient biting tool, I think. Plus, horses can't fly. True, although maybe you've never heard of Pegasus, allegedly. Also, I was about to say that ducks don't fly either. And then I thought about it for a split second and said, pretty sure that they actually do. They might be one of the most common birds you see in flight. Hello, Corey, by the way. Hello. Corey, did you beat this? Don't answer that. Most common, probably crow. I think it depends where you live. I do see a lot of crows. I can't argue with the crows. I see a lot of gulls. I don't know if they're seagulls or wrens or something like that. There are pigeons, but I wouldn't say that I live in a particularly pigeon-rich part of the world. Like, it's not New York City here. Sparrows? I don't even know if sparrows fuck with the West Coast, honestly. Maybe I'm insane. Robins? Not too many robins here either. Geese? Lots of geese. Goose meat. I saw Vancouver in the news recently for some giant mega housing complex that's getting built. You must have us confused with another city. That must be Vancouver, Washington. No, I don't know. No, I bet you did. That makes sense. There's been like new zoning here, so now you can build. You don't need like a special permit to build multiplexes on residential lots or something. They're doing something just in time. New moon record. Oh, it's the. I know what you're talking about. It's like the Squamish housing. I don't know enough about the city of Vancouver, to be honest with you. That's the one. Is it the one that's around the bridges? It's like under the Canby Bridge or something, or under the Granville Bridge, or under the Burrard Bridge? The south side of the Burrard Bridge. It's a nice area of town, honestly. South side of the Burrard Bridge. That's where like the McLaren dealership is. That's where Les Amis du Fromage is. Bro, they're going to have such good access to French cheeses. That's where Jam Cafe's first location is, I think. Are you making these places up? No, we got real stores here. It's not all Boston Pizza. There are a lot of Cactus Clubs. Okay, chill. Bit by terrible bit. I totally believe I can stretch. Otherwise, you could fall from the upper rock. Okay, I know what to do. Slide over. Move over, little dog, because a big old dog's coming in. Hey, by the way, librarian, I got a bit for you, okay? Did you see the TikTok that is like dramatic music, and it's a clip from Ted where Mark Wahlberg is sitting alone on the couch, and then Ted says, "Holy crap!" And then Mark Wahlberg like rushes in like something incredibly bad just happened, and he goes, "What? Whoa, what's wrong?" And then Ted goes, "I got on the internet for the first time. There's so much, and I think that it's supposed to be," he says, "pornography on here. But instead, it's breeding announcements for Bully XL pit bulls. Mewtwo X Elsa. Frankenjar's Thriller." Did you see that one? The banning of TikTok is going to set comedy back so far. We pulled forward so much growth in comedy as a result of this app. You don't understand. We've gone from like rap parodies of music to that abstract stuff in like 12 years or something like that. We can't go back, man. We can't go back to season 9 of The Office. We will not be going to Instagram Reels. TikTok minus Americans might go hard. But that lady who built the mine in her house, she's American, right? Won't somebody think of her? Wow. She wouldn't have gotten caught without TikTok. Some truth to that, but you know what? We wouldn't. Oh no. Hold. Hold. Okay, we're chilling. I think you're right. It's better to have known about the tunnel and lost it than to have never tunneled at all. And being a streamer is so easy. You just wait for someone to say something funny in chat, and then you repeat it, and everybody laughs, and they're like, "That's so funny." But what's fucked up is that even the person who wrote it the first time is like, "Yes, they read my comment and people liked it." It's like such a fucked up, like, parasitic relationship. If, like, the way I'm feeling today, if I worked in essentially any other job on planet Earth, I think I'd be fucked. I wouldn't be able to do it. But I'm just barely not at the top of my game today. Paid chatters, paid. Oh no, the chatters are going to unionize. This is not going to be funny when this movement gains actual momentum in like 2028. Whee! We're so back. But honestly, like, if they ever make paid chatting a job, I might just stop the whole streaming thing and then move on to chatting. I think I could be an even better chatter than streamer. Hold. I can't. No glancing. You wouldn't survive a day. You don't know what it's like to write what you think is a 10 out of 10 joke, and then the streamer doesn't read it, and then you write it again, and then the streamer is like, yeah, I saw it the first time. Ooh. Let go of the space bar. Let go of the space bar. Go with the space bar. Now, don't get scared. Don't get scared. They're going to try to scare you with this sign. Or maybe they're not. Maybe they're not going to scare us with the sign. You eaten any pie today? Why am I like threatened by this question? I'm not eating any pie today. I would say I eat a piece of pie less than once per annum. Tragic. I kind of like pie. It's just, I don't know. I don't come across it all that often here. Meat pies maybe at a British pub. But like lately I've been on my fish and chips game. Oh, we're pogging. We're not pogging. Go. No, no. Oh, it's good. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's okay. I thought we were going to have to go the opposite direction. Okay, I see. I see the problem. This part's all jumping. Good thing I practiced so much. Hello. Oh, thank you. Oh. New area. Red holes. Danny from The Shining voice. Red holes. How are you feeling?
I think it's just the allergy.
I'm sorry, but I am going to put a cough drop in my mouth. No! It's okay, it just fell in my pants. No, these are khakis! I forgot what I was going to say. It's so weird being a 35-year-old man. My mom is in town. My dad's in town, too. They were like, we're sorry you're sick. Do you need anything from the drugstore? And I'm like, I forgot. Like, I can ask people for something. Like, I forgot. Like, that's my mom, bro. She said, you want some lozenges? I said, yeah, and if you're not too busy, some soup would be nice. That's not exactly the way that the conversation went down. It's nice to be taken care of when you need it, though. When I'm feeling well, I'm like, no, how about I get you some soup? When I'm not feeling good, I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. Prayer emoji. Hands clasped together emoji. You have saved my life. Wow!